What do we have in front of me today? Today we have the SU-122-54. In my opinion, one of the best tanks for realistic battles. Why is that? Because if you look at the ammo, it gets a variety of APHE shells. This one doing the most pen, as well as APDS 299mm pen and heat with 400. This is very good for 6.7. Some other tanks have pretty good heat as well, but this one is definitely up there. Now, if we look at that tank, it looks very similar to another tank here, the T-54 1951, which gets a variety of APHE as well. This one doing the most pen. APDS with the same amount of pen, a little bit less mass because it is a smaller gun. This is the 100mm instead of the SU-122's 122mm. This one also gets a heat round with less pen, but it's only 20 less. So it's very similar to a 7.7, which is basically a 6.7 with a 7.7 gun. Now, what else do you get out of this tank? Armor. Very, very good armor. 150mm frontal plate, or 100mm frontal plate sloped at 50 degrees, making it basically 150mm thick. Angling only helps a little bit. You only want to angle a little bit with this. It adds maybe 10 more millimeters of armor. Of course, tanks are going to shoot the front, trying to avoid this spot, for they think it's a lot more angled than it actually is. So angling the front isn't too bad of an idea, but you only want to do it a little bit. And you will see that this armor will do a lot to save us. This mantlet is very trolly as well. It is possible to get a cupola shot, although it is a bit hard. One last thing about this tank, though. It gets two 14.5mm machine guns, which is the exact same that you will get on the BTR at 3.0. So you kind of get an AA on the top of your tank. It can't aim as high, of course, but it can definitely rip apart planes if one is diving on you. Anyways, let's go into battle and show you what this thing can do. Here on Eastern Providence, didn't bring as many rounds as I probably should have. That was the biggest mistake I probably made in this game. That and my abysmal aim that you'll see at the beginning of this. But moving forward, we know that we have some pretty nice sniping position over here. This is kind of where people from their spawn snipe each other between the B and C point, and our APDS round will of course carry all that distance. Just gonna help out kind of our teammates here with a little bit of sniping. They don't have as much velocity as we do, but we kind of poorly use it. Shooting a little bit too low in the first round. And then backing up. Of course, angling, because we do have a fair bit of armor in the front of the tank. Going for a second shot. This one being a little bit too high. Trying to find that sweet zone. Don't have all the modifications for the tank yet, so the rangefinder isn't going to do as much here. That better rangefinder would do us some good. And then we take a shot at the Waffen trigger, seeing it in the back, trying to go for the right side by the gunner. We do hit, but we do not over it, unfortunately. Going for another shot. I kind of shoot my machine guns to see if we can shoot through that helmet, and we can, and we do, and we kill the Waffen trigger. Just kind of backing up, seeing what we can see, going after targets that are not shooting right now. Of course, we saw that Tiger 2 earlier that moved across the field, but not seeing him right now. So we move up to a closer position, hoping to get some more accuracy. Honestly, if you do have this thing, you should be sitting in the back, but seeing that I brought so few rounds, eventually I'd run out and I'd have to push closer anyway with the APHE, which is what I end up doing. Taking a shot at the Tiger 2 here, too low again. Machine guns landing much lower than anything else. Taking another shot, we go for the driver. And we do see the Panther behind him, but we will not be shooting at him, trying to finish off the Tiger first. Of course, teammate just snipes with the IS-2 round. Nice shot. Gets the kill. So we go for the Panther. Kind of blind firing into the trees here. Don't really see anything, but we do have the greatest wood chopping machine of all time, the 14.5s. And then we do take a shot from the Panther, I believe. Bouncing it. Our armor doing very well to protect us. And a common trend you might see throughout the video, we continue bouncing shots. That front plate and that side plate really doing the job here. Now we do get a hit on a Tiger 2 and we end up seeing the Tiger 2. But we back up into a better position. Trying to smoke out so that he doesn't fire at us while we back up. And pushing up again. Trying to find that Tiger 2 again. We do. Taking a shot. Firing a little bit too high. Backing up. Waiting for him to fire before pushing forward again. T-44 also going to move to kill the Tiger. Honestly, I think T-44 should have moved around. He does not have the pen to really effectively kill it. If he goes for the turret, sure, but it's a hard shot from this distance. Anyway, he fires, we move up, trying to take a shot, and we hit track. Of course, he has some angle, so it's going to be very hard to get this APDS round through the front of the tank. Take another shot, aiming too high, going over the tank. This would have been a good time to remember what range I used for the first shot, but like an idiot I didn't. So we retreat, waiting for him to fire again before pushing forward. Take another shot, firing too high yet again. This time we hold our position, taking another shot, bouncing. Making sure that we do not mess up this shot. But, again, we hit the track. And he fails his shot, so we retreat. Looking at our ammo count, we're out of APDS, so basically, only option here is really to get closer. And that's exactly what we do. We see these woods on the left side, and we are going to use them to our advantage. Of course, checking out how many rounds we have, where the rounds are stored, and where we should really try to avoid getting shot. Moving up with the jumbo here. Kind of using him as space armor, but I mean that's kind of the jumbo's job. It's a heavy tank, it's meant to take rounds. And of course we see the Tiger 2. He might have pushed forward, so we go for a shot. Hitting the track, a little bit too low. Trying to go for the ammo on the bottom. He of course does not see us. We pop smoke expecting him to see us, but he does not. So we take the end of the shot, going for ammo this time, and we hit it directly. Moving forward yet again. Actually, I thought that was an ammo explosion, but I think it was a fuel explosion. Either way, netted us the kill. Of course, we see an obel over there, but he is eliminated pretty quickly. by that 50 cal on the jumbo. Jumbo, of course, spots something else over there, telling us to defend them and stuff, but with too much tree cover, we cannot take a shot. We attempt to, at least, see what's over here, but seeing nothing, we move forward, try to flank around whatever is killing our jumbo. Now, you might think without a turret, this thing might be bad in close quarters, but what we cannot see, we can hear. And hearing this, as soon as I basically saw it, I just took a shot hoping it would kill. Hit the tire, hole broke it. Kind of a lucky shot there, but we got the kill. Anyway, moving forward. Our jumbo, of course, died to whatever Tiger 2 we could not see at the time. We continue moving forward, looking for these enemies, trying to find them, trying to take the C point so that we can hopefully win the game, even though our tickets are already almost blood dry. We hear another one, and we take the shot, going right through the side. The round, having so much energy, it just isn't stopped by the thin Panther armor. Not thin, but not thick enough to stop this round. Of course, we hear another tank, and seeing that it is not pushing closer, we decide to push up ourselves, hoping to find whatever tank it is. Seeing the outline of it here, of the side, I just take a shot, and goes right through the side, destroying crew, ammo, everything. Surprised he didn't fire there, but he probably didn't see us behind the bushes. We, of course, saw him, because he is a big Tiger 2. Continuing to move forward here. With the support of our teammate and the lack of engine noises coming from the battlefield, I decided to move into the C point. Seeing that our team has kept A and B, maybe we can bleed them for a little bit. Of course, our main primary goal is to get more ammo though, and this point is one of the only closest places we can get it. So, we decided to sit on this building for a while, preparing to get more rounds. Our teammate moves in to also cap the point, get some more spawn points for himself. Of course, looking at the map right now, our tanks don't look the best defended on the A and B points, and there goes the B point, enemy stepping onto it. And our teammate on A died as well, so the enemy taking 2 of the points now. We just continue doing our job, holding the A point, or sorry, C point for as long as possible. Getting a few more rounds here, of course. All of them going into APDS first, before getting APHE. APHE is still loaded though. It's at this point we hear another tank moving up, and as soon as we get this round, we decide to go check it out. Peeking around the corner. Kind of see it. Take a shot. Of course, bounces, hitting the edge of the tank. We smoke up, hoping to bounce, angling, and he just goes right over. He has a very quick reload though, so we do not push up again after he fires. We will instead flank around, hoping that he doesn't see us, but we push a little bit too far forward, and he does catch the corner of us. So, pie slicing and using our frontal armor to hopefully bounce a few rounds, we decided to take a shot with APHE, hoping that it would go right through the right. But as you might see, it won't. Also, taking a bomb, complete miss. He bounces, and we go for that right cheek. Aim a little bit too high. And hit between that plate and the armor above it. Switching to APDS to hopefully go right through that plate. Didn't expect his reload to be that quick, so I took a little bit more time with my shot, but he bounced again, and we took the shot, and he died. Of course, not seeing the Yag Panther. I was right behind him. Unfortunate. But we still do have a plane. Now, knowing where the Yag Panther is, we have only a limited amount of time to kill him. Hoping that we get there before he caps the point. We did not catch the C-3485 killing the Yag Panther though, so I will basically bomb behind the point, hoping to kill a Yag Panther or to at least spot him for my team, not knowing that he had already died. Decide to head on this plane. Probably a bad idea. He has a lot better frontal guns than I do. But of course, we're still focusing on the Yag Panther that has already died, placing a bomb behind the point. We just decide to blind drop it, hoping to get some sort of hit. Of course, getting nothing, because he's already dead. But we still have another bomb. So at this point that 2 of the enemy fighters have locked onto me, I decide to go for 1. Putting a shot into his pilot, killing him. Of course, the second one coming now. Our 12.7mm 50 cals. Dishka's basically doing work against these planes, but unfortunately our gunner runs out of ammo, and she gets the kill on us, ripping off her tail. So at this point, I'm considering what tank to play. I of course go for the SU-122 again, hoping to maybe get some more research in it, unlock a few more modifications. And trying to go for the A point to help our team take the only point that the enemy controls right now. We try to attract our for that plane with the 14.5, firing a couple shots here and there, but he does not fall for it. Of course, if he were to head on us or try to mark us, we would light him up with that 14.5 like he wouldn't even know. And it's basically half of an AA on top of your tank. Of course, looking at the points right now, all 3 being taken by different team members. Our teammate taking A, and our teammate on B holding it with an enemy on it, while the enemies take C. Still not attracting the plane. We just give up trying to assist with the A point. It's at this point that I figured that we're going to lose, because even if I capture the A point, the enemies have now killed our teammate that was holding B, and the enemies have C. Take a shot at the Kugel here, but of course, without any explosive mass, there's no kill. So we switch to APHE, hoping to kill him on the next shot. But our teammate takes it, which is perfectly fine. We can save this APHE round for the next guy. Still, we take the A point in hopes that our last remaining teammate that is between B and C somehow takes one of the points in time, even though that there is no way. We of course see another Kugel sitting in the bush, taking a shot. The explosive does not carry up into the vital component, so we decide to smoke out, angling, but our angling actually made it easier for him to pen us, and he gets a little bit of damage on one of our crew members. Jumbo destroying him with his APHE round, and we lose the game. But hopefully I have showed that this tank, even with my lack of skill, can be a very, very competitive tank, especially for 6.7, which I got down BR'd pretty much every single game. Anyways, until the next one, Phoenix out.